Lawbreaker! Huh? Get it? It's something Casey Jones would say. More so in the 80s cartoon when he's just a shouting lunatic. But Lawbreaker! Yes, I finally own a Casey Jones mask. Get over it. Hi, I'm Anthonix Maximus, bitching to you about movies because, well, NECA has me on a real Ninja Turtles kick. 30 years ago, we were introduced to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Shh. Okay, it really wasn't that much of a secret, but damn it, the movie entertained us nonetheless. Probably should put my mask up here. No joke. NECA really has me by the testicles when it comes to collecting Ninja Turtles. Oh, you guys are so impossible to buy from, and you're so expensive, and your toy making quality is good, but you can't really do much with it, and if you move it in a slight bit, it'll break. Oh, NECA. I love you. But unfortunately, they haven't made a Keno action figure yet, so I'm using a Marty McFly figure. Damn it, with a whitewashing! And playing the part of the Professor, Doc Brown. Shredder, you get in the module and you go back to the Technodrome. So last year, I actually did a review of the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and it was the greatest review ever. Not that many of you would know because the viewing number is kind of low. Maybe, watch it, huh? No? Okay, fine. But as I said, this year is the 30th anniversary of the second movie. Now, this movie was made fresh off the first one. Not because it was successful, because it was. And as I said in that first movie review, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was actually the highest grossing independent film of all time, up until Pulp Fiction. But that's not why they wanted to make a sequel. They wanted to make a sequel because they kind of had a foresight that the Ninja Turtles weren't going to be big forever. Which, sadly to say, as someone who was a kid back then, we're fickle. For me, I was all about the Ninja Turtles up until Power Rangers came along. And of course, I was distracted by Batman the Animated Series as well. We had a lot going on. Making this movie, though, there had to be a few rules made. Because, man, did parents bitch about the first one with its violence. Remember, the same parents who grew up during the Vietnam War times where their families would actually sit in the living room eating their TV dinners while watching the war on live TV, they felt the weapons in the first Ninja Turtles movie were a bit too much. Hypocrites, all of them. But yeah, changes were made. You'll notice that in this film, they really don't use their weapons that much. None of the turtles do. Hell, even in the scene where Michelangelo is using food as nunchucks, got them in trouble. And it's because the violence in the first movie, Judith Hoag, who played April O'Neil, had a lot of problem with that, and she was quite vocal. And because of that, sadly, they had to let her go. And they brought in Paige Turco to replace Judith Hoag as April O'Neil. You'll find that this movie will be a bit more cartoonish. You'll find that Ninja Turtles 2 leans closer to the 87 cartoon than it does the original Mirage Image comics. Let's watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. And yeah, I'm taking this off. Oh, and this is actually the last time Jim Henson's workshop is involved, because sadly, Jim Henson had passed away before the release of this film. Yep, that's how I want to start my movie, by watching a bunch of New York slobs eating pizza.
Come on.
Bullshit! No pizza ever looks like that.
We got another order for that O'Neil woman. Are you kidding me again?
And here's Keno, played by Ernie Reyes Jr. Okay, I've said this before while reviewing Power Ranger movies in the past about how I hate incorporating young people to work with our heroes because, you gotta give the kids in the audience a character they can connect to. But you know what? It's Keno! I'll make an exception for him because he's a very talented guy. He grew up knowing martial arts from a very young age. He was the little boy in The Last Dragon. The actor himself really kicks ass. Setting aside, of course, surf ninjas. But sadly, in future films, he's not really a named character. Like, he usually ends up being, like, someone from a tribe with amazing moves. Like, for example, he was in The Rundown, where he went up against The Rock. Or he was killed by Indiana Jones in The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But the reason why they got Ernie Reyes Jr. in this film is because they liked his work in the first Ninja Turtles film. He was actually one of the stuntmen wearing the Donatello costume in the first film. Now, keep in mind, being the early 90s, my kid brain would only process him as kind of like a stand-in for one of the kid characters that the Ninja Turtles in the cartoon shows have dealt with. Like, for example, the unofficial fifth Ninja Turtle, Zack. Hated that kid in the cartoon, but if he's supposed to be Zack, then I'll accept him as the live-action version of that.
Which one of you lucky girls gets a ride with me tonight?
Dream on, dweeb.
Yeah, okay. But when I do, I'll dream of something a little thinner.
Fat shaming? Seriously, it's the classic, oh, you're pretty hot. Okay, screw you, you're ugly, kids. Alright, I'm sorry, I gotta deduct points from Keno just for the mere fact that he rides around in a scooter in New York City. If you lived in New York City, you would also agree with me that the people who deliver on scooters are a-holes. A lot of them are nice, but let's face it, if you have a scooter or a bicycle in New York City, you're gonna be instantly hated. Okay, he sees a bunch of vans with some merchandise in there, and he begins to not mind his own business. I don't even think this movie takes place in New York.
Down we go!
Whoa, did he see Keno kick ass? I'm pretty sure he was kicking that guy's ass because of the parachute bands he was wearing, but it's still cool.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna need it, kid. What?
Oh no, there's more of them and they're gonna attack him because he's wearing that mullet. The Ninja Turtles! See, this time they jump up high. Someone had got a bit more budget in their stunt work.
Ninja Cowboy!
You are not Corey Feldman. I don't like that at all. So let's see. Leonardo is voiced by Brian Tochi, like in the first movie. Michelangelo is still voiced by Rob Rist, like in the first movie. And Raphael, unfortunately, is not voiced by Josh Paz, but he is voiced by Laurie Faso, who is the voice of Tunnel Rat in G.I. Joe. He does sound pretty close to the Raphael in the first movie. I do not like this side of Donatello. Not one bit. Oh, to match up with the cartoon, they even talk to the camera. Stop breaking the fourth wall, non-Deadpool. You non-Corey Feldman. You. Who is this guy? You. Adam Carl. Adam Carl. The boy from Monster Squad? Yeah, he's very passable for Corey Feldman. Yeah, he totally sounds like someone with a raspy smoker's voice. Get out of here! See what I mean? They don't even use their weapons. They use props to fight bad guys. Now, if it was one of those early Laird Eastman comics, well, all those guys would have been stabbed by now.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's cool that the Turtles paid him for the pizzas, but he's still gonna have to explain that to his boss, right? I mean, far as he's concerned, April is still waiting on her pizzas, so I'm sorry, I used to deliver pizzas. I think about these things. I stay up late at night thinking about these things. Okay, so like I said, this is Paige Turco. She's the new April O'Neil. I don't have a problem with her per se. I really don't. It's just, I feel like she's not April in this film. I think they casted her and she just comes off more as a wholesome, nice friend of the Ninja Turtles. I liked Judith Hoag more because she just had that like New York City girl, I don't like using this word, but kind of like a clucky, spunky attitude, you know? But with Paige, she's just there. But in her defense, and in the defense of Ninja Turtles 3, she actually does step up her April game.
I know you. You're,
April O'Neil.
April O'Neil, yeah, the news lady.
But interesting note, this Soho guy, as credited in IMDb, he is the guy that wears the costume of Michelangelo in this film. Michelangelo. Do you recognize the woman?
Well, honey, if you cut back on the heavy aerobics and all that jumping and yelling,
It's all right, Muriel.
I find it disturbing.
Well, you should if you're a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan.
You know, you two are something. You two make crap
We're
up.
something? You know what? You're something.
Don't eat all the leftovers. We need them for dinner.
She's Susie Essman, friend / sworn enemy of Larry David.
Oh. Michelangelo.
No, that's not Michelangelo, that's a snake.
Leonardo.
That's not Leonardo, those are comics.
Donatello.
That's not Donatello, that's a skateboard.
And Raphael.
That's not Raphael, that's a workout equipment. God, it's like this woman doesn't even know who the Ninja Turtles are.
Okay, I got it. Frere Jacques. Frere Jacques.
Yeah, for the love of God, Adam Carl. No, that it's not really Donatello. Like, just... I don't know, I just can't really describe it. It's just wrong. I mean, you know, I don't watch the old Ninja Turtles cartoons and think, yep, totally Corey Feldman, but still, I feel like when it comes to live action, Donatello is best used with Corey Feldman.
Frere
Donnie,
Jacques.
give it up.
I'm sorry.
Old Shred did a swan dive with a half gainer right into the back of a garbage truck.
Thanks for recapping what happened in the first movie. For all the jerks that didn't bother to see the first one. Don't leave out the part where Casey pulled the lever to make sure Shredder was dead. You forgot to mention that part.
Raphael, come away from there.
And here is Splinter, voiced by Kevin Nash. Sorry, not Kevin Nash, who would actually play Super Shredder later in this film. Kevin Clash, voice of Elmo.
Yes, Mr. Splinter. What?
Hey, 10 flips now.
I mean, seriously, this is an angry Splinter because he's so quick to punish his sons.
One.
Uh-oh, something mysterious is happening.
And leave the shredder buried.
Alright, so this is kind of where I get a little confused, though. And help me out here, you, the viewer at home. When is this film supposed to take place? I mean, I know the film itself came out a mere year after the first one, but in the world of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, what is the time period? As you'll see, the Foot is acting like everyone just got rounded up. Like they just lost the Shredder. But at the same time, Casey Jones is gone and nobody mentions where he is. Like he and April just kissed and then he just booked out of town. Oh yeah, because, you know, parents didn't like kids emulating after a vigilante, so couldn't have Casey in this film. But then we have April in a brand new, very well furnished and beautiful apartment. And with the spiral staircase, it's more than one floor. Okay, fine. Let's say that April's insurance actually kicked in from her last apartment being burned down. And maybe she sold off her family's farmhouse. Okay, fine. But you gotta remember, it is New York. And in New York, even when you have the money, it's not that easy to find a new place. You have to go through a lot of unnecessary steps. Again, I need to know the time frame. Aw, Shredder's waving to us. Hi, Shredder. Yeah, as I mentioned before in the previous Ninja Turtles review, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird never really intended for Shredder to be the overarching villain. He was supposed to be a one-off villain. That's why the cartoon has really shaped things up too much for them, to their dismay. And like the cartoons, the films insist on having Shredder as the main bad guy as well. Otherwise, originally, the bad guys for this film would have been Baxter Stockman with his Mausers, with a possibility of having Rat King. Two villains that I actually overly enjoy. But because we love the Shredder, and Shredder to the Ninja Turtles is like Magneto to the X-Men, you can't have one without the other. Second movie with the Shredder yet again.
Well, maybe they didn't find us.
Hey, we all knew the junkyard was our fallback spot.
Okay, settle down, Leaf Tilden, who also was the puppeteer slash costume stuntman of Donatello.
I, Tatsu, now lead. Let any who challenge step forward.
I challenge.
Oh no, his face is in a silhouette. Could it be because of the previous scars we saw in the last movie? Or did the garbage truck mess him up? Or is it because they're hiding the fact that they couldn't get the same stand-in actor? The world may never know.
No. There is only one thing next. Revenge.
Ah, okay, so there's really gonna be no overall plan, but revenge.
Professor, perhaps you could tell us why TGRI has finally decided to clean up the waste it's been burying here for years.
Okay, so we don't get Baxter Stockman, but we do get Professor Jordan Perry. Ah, sure, put one guy in a lab coat and we can call him whatever. But he is played by David Warner, from the Star Trek movies, or if you really want to go there, the voice of Ra's al Ghul, whatever, you guys can fight it amongst yourselves in the comment section. And he would eventually become the guy who would stalk Rose and Jack on the Titanic.
Hey, what were you gonna ask?
Well, I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Hey, that's Freddy, the new employee for April O'Neil. What are you doing back there?
If the soil is contaminated so far away, there must be more leaky canisters than we thought.
Oh, Freddy's working for Shredder. And he brought Shredder the flower. That's nice. It's nice. So those giant dandelions are the result of contamination from TGRI. In the comics, it's actually TCRI that created the Ooze, which created the Ninja Turtles.
Wax on, wax off, wax on,
Mouth off.
You get what Michelangelo is doing with the wax on, wax off, right? They're doing an homage to that one movie, The Graduate.
It is time. Join me above.
Splinter likes hanging out on the rooftop because, well, he defeated Shredder up on a rooftop, so now he has a taste for blood.
TGRI.
Oh, that's the secret. Well, we kind of already knew that. I don't know why this movie is called Secret of the Ooze. We already knew that. It's not really a secret. I mean, the Turtles and Splinter, they knew they came from a canister. This is a very badly named movie.
Well, you're the last one, aren't you?
Oh no! Tatsu has the last of the Ecto Cooler.
Disposed? Disposed.
Okay, the Foot already got a hold of the Ooze. Why were they hanging out? Were they expecting the Ninja Turtles to show up? And now they're doing Cape Away. Told you they start acting like a cartoon in this film.
I didn't order any pizza.
Oh, I know. What the guy in 313 did, and now he doesn't seem to be there.
What does he mean by that? Like, is he lying that someone ordered a pizza just so he can get to April and see about the turtles being around, or did something really happen to that guy in that apartment?
One last thing, though. I thought you might want to know about this. Ooh, you guys!
You didn't have to step on his foot like an asshole.
What you're telling me is you guys were all slimed.
No. You're not supposed to say slime. Mattel owns that name. Hence is why they use the word ooze.
We got the foot up there with the ooze, and we're down here playing Century 21. Now let's get going. Yeah. That's it. I'm going up.
It's not a Ninja Turtles movie until Leonardo and Raphael have a shell measuring contest. Oh, cool, the turtles found a new lair inside an actual subway station. Yeah, there's actually a subway station like that in New York City. It's not really functional anymore, but trains do pass by it. I just can't tell you which station it is. I think it's the one that's directly beneath City Hall. But they do give tours there. I'm just not going to pay for a tour because I live in New York and New Yorkers don't pay for tours.
Aren't these enough for your vengeance?
The Foot have already failed against them. I have failed.
Do you see that? Like, after Shredder shamed his own clan, he actually shamed himself. You know, I think this movie was meant to be a comeback story for Shredder.
She's busy right now.
Looking ahead? Swimsuits in the 90s?
My interest is piqued.
Oh, hi, director cameo. How's it going? Yeah, see, this is why I'm confused about the timeline of events of the Ninja Turtles world, because whatever happened to April's old boss Charles and his son Danny?
There's a call for you.
Hey, and now we got Mark Queso, or Casso. Sorry for butchering your name. I just like this guy because he is actually the guy that dresses up as Leonardo for the films, the stuntman for those movies. And he always likes my Instagram pictures. Sorry, I had to flex a little. He's a cool guy.
Wolf, snapping turtle, incredible.
Oh my gosh, Toka and Razar. Yeah, so the funny thing is, Kevin Eastman and Peter Lair did not like the cartoons and how their Ninja Turtles were misrepresented as being too childish. And Bebop and Rocksteady, who these guys are standing for, they always felt Bebop and Rocksteady in the cartoons were too goofy. Not exactly their creation, it was the cartoon's creation. There was a compromise by making two brand new characters of Toka and Razar. And yes, they are babies in this film, and now we get to see Silly Shredder.
Get off me!
Toka and Razar would actually continue in the cartoon series down the line, and future versions of the Ninja Turtles as well.
See that these two things are properly disposed of.
Okay, the very fact that Shredder did try to order for baby creatures to be killed kind of brings back to the dark side.
As you can see, they do have other attributes.
Wow, Professor Jordan Perry is being devil's advocate for the Shredder. Yep, now he's starting to become Baxter Stockman. All he has to do now is turn into a fly. Okay, bad news. We are not gonna get Sam Rockwell again. Good news, if you want that Spawn and Ninja Turtles crossover, we got Michael Jai White.
Just remember, we get you in, we find the Foot headquarters, we get you out to tell the others.
Yeah, you guys don't want to look suspicious. Damn, Shredder is really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I don't believe any of these twinks became a foot soldier.
You'll have 15 seconds. Remove as many of the bells as you can. One sound and you fail.
Uh-oh, you've just been challenged by Dylan McNineties.
We work in concealment. 15 seconds. Go.
Again, I don't believe any single one of them, especially that guy, actually got all the bells. I mean, yeah, look at me. I'm not exactly one to talk. I'm no Adonis or physical peak of perfection here, but I know my limits and I know theirs.
You want to get us...
So let's get this straight. It's okay when bad guys have weapons, but the Ninja Turtles, they're not allowed. I mean, if you're gonna really be this picky about the Ninja Turtles using their weapons, you should have gone the cartoon route, made the foot soldiers all robots. That way, when they do use their weapons, it don't matter because, hey, they're robots. You know, I'm getting really tired of being smarter than movies that came out decades ago.
I gotta tell the guys, they got him.
The perimeter's quiet.
Yeah, a little too quiet.
Okay, Donatello had his bow staff, but he didn't really use it on them, did he? No. He just used it to block himself and just allowed the bad guys to hit themselves. The rules in this movie are stupid.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, a little too easy.
Giraffe.
Yeah, a little too raff.
A little too fast, too furious. Moving on.
I don't like this!
So that's Shredder's big plan. Alright, cool.
Cowabunga!
Splinter is proactive!
Get them!
Looks like we're on our own.
All right!
Dude, Shredder, you're really focusing on the Ninja Turtles, but you forget it was Splinter that ultimately defeated you, and he also gave you that scar on your face. Where's your vendetta against him? I do like that shot.
Toka! Razar!
Oh, silly, flying in the air. Now for sure we're no longer grounded like in the first one. I suppose that already broke away from being grounded when you incorporate talking, walking turtles, but you know what I mean. And the turtles escape with the professor down the sewer, and Toka is stuck. Oh, but now that the turtles have dealt with the professor and they learned that their creation was just by accident, I guess this is the story arc for Donatello as he has a bit of a midlife crisis.
I thought we'd find out we were special.
Do not confuse the specter of your origin with your present worth, my sons.
A teenage midlife crisis. 'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Go, play, have fun.
And Shredder sends Toka and Razar to destroy a neighborhood as a message to the Ninja Turtles. I love Hollywood mythology of New York, where, you know, nobody is on the streets.
And as always, our official report will be released after a thorough investigation. Thank you, Miss O'Neill.
It's Chief Stearns from the last movie. You know, the horribly corrupt police chief that tried to use Danny as leverage against Charles to get him to fire April O'Neil. Seriously, what did happen to Charles and Danny?
Our master has a message for your friends.
He'd send Toka and Razar out again.
Oh my god, not only that she's not Judith Hogue, but she calls Razar Raza. You're not doing very well, Paige.
Man, Central Park? How are they going to avoid all of those people?
Thank you, Adam Carl, for your dramatic pause for people.
Just a minute. There might be a way.
Oh my god! Maybe he is a different type of Baxter Stockman. Now he's using the turtle lair as a meth lab. God, this really is a kid's movie. Hey kids, recycle! Or are they suggesting we recycle dudes? Aw, don't put that crap in a Bart Simpson glass.
Of everything that was your making will now be your undoing.
How is there still ooze left? I thought Shredder used it on Toka and Razar.
First, we should observe the ancient ritual of the traditional pre-fight donut.
Why is Shredder allowing this? Start the fight with the damn monsters. In fact, let the foot soldiers join in. Just finish them right away. I should not be educating the bad guy how to kill his enemies. I realize this now.
Ooh? Huh?
Oh, they found a cube of ice. Ice. Get it? It's a hint to what we're about to see. No, we're not gonna see Ice Cube. Okay, sure. There's a concert going on next to the construction site. Fun fact. On set filming this, one of the Ninja Turtles stuntmen actually tried to run up to Vanilla Ice and give him a hug. But one of Vanilla Ice's douchebag entourage bodyguards actually blocked him violently, which resulted in all the stunt guys jumping in on a fight with Vanilla Ice's bodyguards. They had to actually break up this whole big brawl. Now, that is the Ninja Turtles movie we deserve to see. Ninja Turtles versus Vanilla Ice.
Hey, you want some more? Hey, come on.
Just look at those costumes! I love this place!
We're gonna get a lot of screen time from this jackass, aren't we?
Oh, yeah!
Okay, so some of the ice cubes that Toka and Razar ingested is starting to take effect, but it's doing it very slowly. It's the song! It's the song that Vanilla Ice sings in that mac and cheese commercial! Which, by the way, it's very polite of Vanilla Ice to allow that camera crew to record him while working at his job.
Genius. Pure genius. Villains, you better run it.
Oh, yeah, I remember as a kid being really into the whole Vanilla Ice scene. Yeah, I was a dumb kid. I listened to a little bit of Vanilla Ice. And I remember hating this scene because it just kind of takes you out of the excitement. Because we gotta focus on Keno. Was this meant to go somewhere? Like, why? Why do we have this scene? You know, movie studio, like, I know they're like baby monsters, but they're still monsters. I think you could have allowed the Ninja Turtles to use their weapons on these guys, right? No? Okay, we're gonna do just some silly slapstick with fire extinguishers. Alright. In the last film, Tatsu was embarrassingly defeated by Casey Jones, who had no background in martial arts. Now this is Tatsu's time to shine. Good. Now they're doing the ninja rap. And they're making their way up on stage. Alright, cool. And that girl is gonna be the Ninja Turtles groupie.
I mean, that's nasty. That's lower than a security guard. At least security can get you backstage.
Ninja! Ninja! Rap! Ninja! Ninja! Know that new sound you looking for? Well, listen to this!
Yeah, bust that move, Professor. We gotta see a dance-off between him and Baron Zemo. But fun time's about over now.
Strange music! I think it's the worst!
Yes, I know. I'll get around to reviewing the Ninja Turtles coming out of their shell tour at some point. Don't worry.
The green stuff.
Keno, you really effed up a good fight. Now how are the Turtles gonna save the princesses from the evil robot Bill and Ted? Oh wait, I'm mixing up my concert movies.
Let me go! Stay back! Keno, stay back!
Okay, doesn't the fact that he's picking up the canister and running off seem a little bit ominous? There's a reason why I asked that question. I'll get to that in a little bit.
I'll cover her with this!
a little bit of a silly Shredder moment. Oh, they're back to normal. Quick, now finish them! Hey, Shredder's wave again. Hi, Shredder.
Last vial of ooze. He must have drank all of it.
Shredder has become Super Shredder, played by Kevin Nash, wrestler, who later would become one of the dancers of Magic Mike. And not only the mutagen turned Shredder into Super Shredder, but also affected his clothes somehow. And where is everyone? Why did they follow the turtles outside? Were they just that enthralled in Vanilla Ice?
You're gonna destroy us all.
And so be it.
Oh man, this is probably, in all the Ninja Turtles movies in this particular franchise, this is the most greatest battle ever. Let's see how this plays out. Cool. Up, you see how the shells are popping out of the water like that? Yeah, that's because that was supposed to be the scene used in the first Ninja Turtles movie. You know, right before April sees a rat as she's walking out to her van. And now you know, and your life has not improved any significantly.
Look!
Okay, Shredder, hi, yes, stop waving. Okay, so Professor Jordan Perry cleaned things up and escaped, and no one knows where he is. And the bastard had the audacity to call them out in a letter.
We practice ninja.
The art of invisibility.
Practice harder.
You guys.
10 flips now. And remember, go ninja, go ninja, go!
And that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Secrets. Well, Secret of the Ooze. And no, it really wasn't a secret, was it? And the reason why it was called Secret of the Ooze is because of what the film was originally going to end as. Get this. The film was going to end on a cliffhanger where, get this, the real secret was supposed to be a cliffhanger where it's revealed that Professor Jordan Perry was going to be an Utrom all along. You know, kind of like what Krang is based off of from the comics, which is like a brain-like alien that disguises himself in a android body. That was supposed to be the Professor. Maybe he was gonna be Krang. And that would have been kind of cool, although it would have been weird to imagine that someone of a higher intergalactic race would easily be captured by a human like Shredder. But it still would have been an interesting cliffhanger because in this film, the Professor escapes and no one knows where he is. Yes, I did like this film, but not as much as the first one. And it's funny how time works because the things that I thought were really cool as a kid, like Vanilla Ice, not so cool now. I mean, it's still cool in that nostalgic rose-tinted glasses kind of way, but it's almost like a cool and ironic way, you know? The film did just as well, which warranted a third movie a year later, but my god, it's a real step down. Just to tie things up here, I'm Anthonix Maximus. Be one of the Anthonix Maxiteers by liking and subscribing and ringing the bell for notifications. And I am just gonna go out, and I'm just gonna go out to the streets and look for some lawbreakers, or some of that pizza, or play hockey, whatever comes first.
Babies! They're